The results came in, and you failed your grade 8, grade 10, and grade 12 exams. You're sad, disappointed, and guilty even. You blame it on unfairness, absent teachers, peer pressure, etc. You avoid people who ask or divert the question or give an alternative answer because you are embarrassed and you find it difficult to deal with it. Ever felt that way? Failure is a situation and not the person. Today, I want to talk about how to deal with failure in school and turn it into success. We all fail at one point in our lives. Sometimes we accept it as it is and move on from it. But do not take the time to reevaluate ourselves and to figure out what happened. Fix it so it does not happen again. In this video, I share my testimony on how I dealt with failure in high school, and I succeeded in becoming the top of my class. So when I was in high school, many years back, I failed my grade 12 exams. I was so discouraged and disappointed at myself, ashamed and embarrassed, so I avoided people. When they asked me if I made it or if I passed my exams, I would dodge a question or come up with an excuse. The one thing that truly hurt me was when I had to face my dad because I didn't make it to university. He was so disappointed with me that in his eyes, I was a failure. And he would constantly remind me of that. I hated it. But my mom stood by my side and encouraged me not to give up. So after feeling sorry for myself and wallowing in self-pity, I made a decision to learn from my mistakes. I also recommitted my life to the Lord. And when I did, He made a way for me through my aunt. So she helped me to apply to a college and I got accepted. I was determined and I made a promise to myself that I will prove to dad and to everyone that I would be top of my class. I told my mom about it and she told me how to believe God in His word according to Mark chapter 11 verses 23 to 24. So when classes started, everything was fine, going well. I trusted God and kept focusing on my studies, focusing on my goal to be the top of my class. Then I got involved again with the wrong people. My grades dropped. I became lazy, made the same mistakes again that I did in high school. I scored so low in my test, and I remember my test score with so much disappointment. The lecturer was so tough on us and reminded us that if a student failed, they would have to repeat the semester again. That was a wake-up call for me. I didn't want to go down that path, and I thought about Dad. I didn't want to see him. I didn't want to disappoint him. And again, the disappointed look that he gave me, I didn't want to relieve that. I wanted to prove to him wrong, that I had what it takes to succeed. So I repented, came back to God, and got back on the right track and kept moving forward and believing God, affirming my belief and my determination through faith. Revisited my goal and changed my focus. I kept confessing and affirming my goals and thanking God, standing in faith every day. Even though I scored so low in my tests and assignments, I never gave up. I kept confessing and believing that I would be the top of my class at the end of the year. I studied every day, burning the midnight oil, staying up late to finish schoolwork. I had very little sleep. My grades improved and I topped my class in all the 4 semesters. At the end of the year, I got the DAX for one of the business fields. After I graduated, my dad came and he embraced me. Now, Dad was not an emotional person, and he only uttered these words. Those late night study paid off. Throughout my college years, he observed, even when I didn't notice. The look I saw that day was not disappointment, but a look of a father proud of his daughter's achievement. Looking back now over the years, I saw why I failed my grade 12 exams. I had no goals or clarity of what I wanted. When my dad asked me, I would say HR, law, business, peer pressure, and the friends that I hanged out with. I don't blame it on my friends. I had a choice, but I didn't choose right. I didn't give time to study at home or during free study periods. When I came home, I would spend hours and hours on social media and binge watch series and movies. I am a Christian. I go to church. I believed in God. I thought, because of my belief, like I will pass, but I didn't. The irony of all of this is my friends happened to pass and I failed. My friends were not Christians, but they still made it to a tertiary institution and I didn't. It is said that bad company ruins good character. I was in a wrong company. I distanced myself from them right after I graduated, setting my priorities right with God and myself. I sacrificed a lot and get a DAX award after my years in college. Through faith and trust in God, believing in my dreams and goals, I studied and worked hard, and that guaranteed my success. So if you are a grade 8, grade 10, or grade 12 student who failed, or you are getting ready for your final exams this year, please understand something. As a Christian, you can trust God, you can believe God that you will achieve, that you will be successful in school. But if you don't put action to your faith, don't blame God if you didn't put your action to your faith. What do I mean by action? Set your priorities right. Put away all distractions. Give yourself time to study. Believe God that you will do well in school. Put your faith in action, okay? Put your faith in action by speaking positive affirmation. Keep confessing that you will do well. An example of a positive affirmation is this: I will pass my exams at the end of the year. And then you name a college or university that you will go to. See yourself, imagine yourself succeed. What you see constantly, you become. It doesn't matter whether you are Christian or not. When you believe you will make it, you will. That is the power of the human will and determination. God is not a respecter of persons. Despite who you are, whether you are saved or not saved, there is a spiritual law set in place by God. And that is the power of your words and actions, which is faith. Remember this: God has done his part. You have to do your part, and that is to have faith. Put off all distractions and study. When you do, you will succeed. If you're watching this and this has blessed you, give this video a thumbs up and share it with someone who needs encouragement. And I will see you in the next video.